It's that time of year again when my greedy uncle comes looking for his fair share from my paycheck. These are my tax documents. We just finished filing all our taxes and shredded all of the documents that we don't need to save. And I just felt like maybe they'd make a really cool looking something. So we're gonna go ahead and cast these in a bowl. Hit it with a little mold release. Go ahead and put that off to the side here. Put this shredded pile back here. And today we're going to be working total boat thick set fathom. This one is a 2-to-1 mix ratio. It's gonna take, we can probably mix a ton in here, so we're just gonna do that. I'm just gonna go for broke and mix up all the way to the 5. And then fill up part B to the second 5. And we're going to stir this for 2 or 3 minutes. Basically, you're just going to stir it until it goes from this sort of murky look to a clear liquid. I really do like these resins with the long open time because we don't have to stress here at all. And it's perfect because I hate stress. So that works out great. So this is all the superfluous stuff because if you've ever done your taxes, you know that you're required to keep some things. And then other things you don't need. Some barcodes, some pictures, some bits of envelope over here. I guess I'm just gonna mix it up in here. My gut says that I just put some shreddings in there and then I just pour some of the resin over the top. And then I mix it up like some sort of nasty oatmeal. I don't know if there's a wrong way to do this. All right. And then we just add some more tax stuff. Gosh, this is the Enron bowl. Hate to be the one to break this to you, but anyone who actually got that joke, you're probably old, like me. So sorry. These things happen. All right. Yeah, here we go. We're just gonna keep doing this. Is this like epoxy paper mache? Kinda is. Ooh, I really like the way all the paper looks translucent like that. I hope that stays. All right, I think I'm gonna need some more resin. The mixture's feeling a little bit dry, and I wanna just go ahead and fill this whole thing up to the brim. 48 ounces of resin and a giant mess of shredded tax documents. So I'm mixing up another 32 ounces here. And so we'll throw in some more tax documents. Pour in some more resin. Years ago, I made a bowl out of cotton balls. And what I learned was you can't put in too much resin. The cotton balls soaked up the resin and I thought it was enough and then it was just, it wasn't. You need it completely saturated. Nothing exceeds like excess, which is what my grandmother used to say. In fact, we're just gonna dump some of this right into the mixing container. We'll just dump some of this right into the mix container and get all the resin off the side of the mixing container. That is stuffed. That is, what did I say? 48 plus 32. So 80 ounces of resin. All right. Pressurize the pot up to 50 psi. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess and we'll see what comes out of here in a couple days. And you don't have to wait a couple days. It looks to me like the resin has soaked into all the paper. Yeah, so that's all resin soaked, but it's not holding it together. Down here is the resin pool. From here, it looks like it wicked into all of this. What we need to do is we need to fill up this section right here with another layer of resin. I had planned to release this on April 15th, which is tax day. And today is April 14th, which means this definitely will not be ready by then. April 15th really isn't even tax day anymore. Even the day around our taxes is confusing. I'm gonna lose a bunch of people that are just like, he was explaining the American federal income tax system instead of actually, you know, working with resin, which means I'm gonna have to file for a tax bowl extension. I'd like to promise that that's my only dad level tax joke today, but I don't want to make promises because there's lots of dependents around those. Oh, that's not enough. Actually, if that's not the perfect scenario for the tax bowl, I don't know what is. I do have to say I really like the way it looks at this point. It looks like there's a lot more color in here than I was expecting there to be. We'll just let that sit and accrue some interest. Alright, here it is out of the pressure pot. Okay, let's get this thing mounted on the lathe. And that should be able to hold this on the lathe so we can hollow it. Bowl gouge is doing the job, but I'm going to move over to my carbide tools. Is that a disaster or just a little tiny issue? Oh, I've seen this before. We had this with the, which one was it? The popcorn bowl, right? Don't worry everybody, we've seen this before. This is leftover pour. So when I did the second pour, it ran down the inside of the bowl, went down to the bottom, pushed up the whole bowl a little bit, and it didn't adhere well. We had the same thing happen on the popcorn bowl. Everything was fine. All right, so that's no big deal. I just need to deepen this mortise a little bit because we lost some thickness here, and so and then I'll stick it back in the chuck. You guys don't need to see that. Definitely starting to get a really interesting look here. So I think we can go ahead and start working on hollowing. And I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about how hard it is to work with micarta, turning it. This feels very similar. Look at that, they look like the collars that the lords and ladies used to wear back in the, I don't know when. Back before income taxes, I can tell you that. Alright, that always helps us out quite a bit. Boring out some of the inside. We certainly have a lot of turning to do, but this helps. I am using my ginormous scraper. I think it should help to cut through some of this. I think we're done with this particular tool. I'm going to go ahead and put this one back over up on the shelf. Okay, I don't even know, must have gotten a catch. Oh yeah, there it is. It really was hogging away a ton of material there. I guess I was just being a bit too aggressive. Yeah, I think we're there. It looks pretty good. Depth is good, shape's nice. Working my way through the grits here. 120, 180, 240, 320, 400, 600, and 800. Onto my polishing pads. This is micro mesh. I use it all the time. Micro mesh is its own grit system. Starts at around 1500, goes through to 12,000. Just go through the pads and you get a really nice finish. When I'm doing the polishing with these, I use them wet. Keeps down on the dust and extends the life of the pads. It's the Tax Bowl. It turned a lot like micarta, and it reminded me of the cotton bowl in how much it soaked everything up. And it had the same problem that the popcorn bowl had. But although it's similar to all three of those, it's actually very different too. The little scraps of paper soak up the resin, and some of them become translucent, and a lot of them you can look in there and actually see all of the writing on it. If I was a deep artist, I would say that the Tax Bowl is a representation of the detritus that is a consumer-based human existence. But I'm not a deep artist. And knowing that so much of my financial life is represented in here is amusing to me, because you're literally not supposed to see this. That's why I shredded it. I didn't want anybody to see it. And now I'm showing it to everybody. Which, that's gotta represent something, right? I wanna thank TotalBoat for sponsoring this video. The thickset Fathom resin that we used for this, I think this is the third time we've used it. Worked beautifully. Go ahead and check the description for a coupon code good for 10% off your next purchase. I do want to say that I am going to be in Birmingham, England this coming weekend for Maker Central 2022. I should be around. You should be able to find me. Just come up, say hello. Mrs. Brown and I will be there hanging out. I think I'm on a panel on Saturday. We went the first year in 2018 and it was a fantastic event, and I'm super excited to be going again, and I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked this video, click the like button, hit subscribe, share this video. That helps me out a ton, and I will catch you next time.